You lean in, close enough to feel the warmth of someone else's breath on your lips. Your eyes drift shut, your heart picks up speed, and for one strange second, the entire world shrinks down to a single point of contact. It feels like the most natural thing a human being can do. It isn't. Most animals on Earth never do it. Almost half the human cultures ever studied never did it either. And the very first people who pressed their mouths together probably weren't thinking about love at all. They may have been passing food, or passing a virus that is very likely hiding inside your body as you watch this. So when did humans first kiss? And why would evolution ever reward something this strange? Think about what a kiss actually is. You take the single dirtiest opening on another person's body, and you press your own against it. You trade saliva, you trade bacteria, you trade whatever they ate, whatever they're carrying, whatever is living on their tongue. On paper, it sounds less like romance and more like a public health accident waiting to happen. And yet you crave it. That craving is the puzzle, because a kiss is not free. Every time two people lock lips, they hand each other a live sample of their own personal microbiome, the vast, invisible colony of microbes that lives inside your mouth. In 2014, a Dutch microbiologist named Remco Koort studied couples and measured exactly how much gets swapped. His answer became famous. A single 10-second kiss moves around 80 million bacteria from one mouth into the other. 80 million in 10 seconds. So why do it? Why would any species build a behavior that so efficiently spreads whatever the other person happens to be sick with? To find the answer, you have to go back. Long before candlelight, long before the word romance existed at all. Start with your cousins. Bonobos, the great apes who share almost 99% of your DNA, kiss constantly. Not polite little pecks either. The primatologist Frans de Waal spent years watching them, and he documented open-mouthed, tongue-included kisses used to calm each other down, to make up after a fight, to say, "We're okay again." For a bonobo, a kiss isn't foreplay. It's peacekeeping. It's how you tell a nervous friend that the tension is finally over. That hints at something important. The roots of the kiss may be far older than desire. They may be about trust. Now follow the trail into your own species. There's a theory, taken seriously by many researchers, that the human kiss grew out of something tender and slightly gross at the very same time. It's called kiss feeding. Before spoons, before soft baby food, a mother would chew a piece of tough meat, or root until it went soft, then press it mouth to mouth into her infant. Lips against lips. Warmth, safety, food, all delivered in one gesture. Do that for a few 100,000 years, and the brain quietly wires something in. Lips on lips starts to mean you are safe, you are cared for, you are loved. But when does the kiss first show up in the actual record? In something a human being wrote down? For a long time, the trail seemed to begin in one place. The anthropologist Vaughn Bryant at Texas A&M University spent much of his career chasing the origin of the kiss, and he pointed to ancient India. The earliest clear descriptions he could find sat inside Vedic Sanskrit texts, sacred Indian writings from roughly 1500 BCE, where people press and breathe at each other's faces, sniffing and touching in a way that reads like the direct ancestor of the modern kiss. Bryant argued it spread outward from there, carried across the world by the armies of Alexander the Great around 326 BCE. A neat story. One birthplace, one moment, spreading like a single spark. Then, in 2023, that story got knocked over. Two researchers from the University of Copenhagen, Troels Pank Arbel and Sophus Helle, went digging through something older than India's texts. The clay tablets of ancient Mesopotamia, the world's first great civilization in what is now Iraq. Pressed into that clay, in cuneiform, the oldest writing on Earth, they found people kissing. Lovers kissing. Married couples kissing. And these tablets were 1,000 years older than the Indian evidence, reaching back to at least 2500 BCE. But here's the part that changed everything. The kissing in those tablets wasn't treated as new. Not exotic, not foreign, not exciting. It was mentioned casually, like something everyone already did. As Arbel and Helle pointed out, that means the kiss probably wasn't invented in one spot and exported to the world. It was just human. Something people had been doing across many cultures for a very long time, long before anyone bothered to carve it into clay. By the time you reach ancient Rome, kissing had become so woven into daily life that a single word wouldn't do. The Romans used three: osculum, a friendly kiss on the cheek; basium, a kiss on the lips; and savium, the deep, unmistakably romantic kind. a whole vocabulary just for the different ways two mouths can meet. And they may have passed along more than affection. Those same Copenhagen researchers raised a quieter, darker point. A virus called herpes simplex 1, the one behind cold sores, spreads beautifully through kissing. Today, the World Health Organization estimates that more than half of everyone alive carries it, most of them without ever knowing. It rides from mouth to mouth, generation to generation, hidden and patient. When your ancestors kissed, they didn't just share a feeling. They may have shared a passenger that has been traveling on human lips for thousands of years and is very likely riding on yours right now. Which brings us to the real twist. If the kiss is so deeply human, why don't all humans do it? Because they don't. In 2015, an anthropologist named William Jankowiak led a sweeping survey across 168 different cultures around the world, asking one simple question: did they kiss romantically, mouth to mouth? The results stunned a lot of people. Fewer than half did, only about 46%. In much of the world, the romantic kiss was unknown, or seen as strange, or even openly disgusting. Some societies watched Europeans press their mouths together and asked, with total sincerity, why anyone would want to swap spit like that. So the thing that feels universal to you, the thing that feels written straight into human nature, it's partly a habit, a cultural inheritance, something you learned as surely as you learned your first words. And yet, when you do it, your body answers like it was built for exactly this. That's the strange gift underneath all of it. A kiss floods your brain with dopamine, the chemical of craving and reward. It releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone that ties parents to newborns and lovers to each other. It lowers your cortisol, the stress hormone, so pressing your mouth to someone you trust can measurably calm you down. The science writer Cheryl Kirschenbaum, who wrote an entire book on the science of kissing, calls it one of the most information-rich things two people can do, a full chemical exchange hiding inside a simple touch. Remember those 80 million bacteria? Some scientists now suspect that swap isn't only a risk. It may quietly train your immune system on the other person's germs, a tiny inoculation dressed up as tenderness. The very thing that could make you sick may also be building a shared defense between two bodies that plan to stay close. That is what a kiss really is. Not just romance. It's a peace signal older than your species, a feeding gesture rewired into love, a habit some cultures kept and others never wanted, and a living biological handshake between two immune systems. Ancient, risky, and still somehow impossible to resist. So the next time you lean in, close enough to feel someone else's breath on your lips, remember what you're actually doing. You're repeating one of the oldest and strangest gestures your ancestors ever made, and carrying it forward, 80 million tiny passengers at a time.